We are living in an age of uncertainty. The climate is shifting with every decade. Natural disasters are more devastating than ever. Resources are running out. And artificial intelligence is advancing so quickly that even humans are beginning to fear losing control. Yet from a cosmic perspective, all of these crises may be nothing more than a small test on the path of evolution. Because on the scale of civilizations, humanity is still at the very beginning, struggling with the most basic challenges of survival. And have you ever wondered, out there, are there worlds facing the same struggles as us? Or have some already gone far beyond, becoming civilizations capable of controlling an entire planet, a star, even a galaxy? If there truly is a ladder ranking the stages of progress, then where does Earth stand? And how far can humanity climb? In 1964, Russian astrophysicist Nikolai Kardashev asked a remarkable question. How can we measure the true evolution of a civilization in the universe? His answer was bold. Instead of counting cities, technologies, or cultural achievements, he suggested looking at something far more fundamental: how much energy a civilization can harness and control from its surroundings. This idea became known as the Kardashev scale, a framework that ranks civilizations by their energy mastery. At the lowest level are those still struggling to survive on their home planet. Above them are civilizations capable of harnessing the full power of their world, and eventually, the very star they orbit. Beyond that, at levels almost beyond imagination, could exist civilizations powerful enough to manipulate entire galaxies. So where does humanity stand, caught between achievements and crises in this cosmic hierarchy? Let's trace the journey from Type 0, where we are today, to Type 3 and beyond. A Type 0 civilization is defined as one that cannot yet fully harness all the energy available from its own home planet. And the truth is, humanity is still in this stage today. According to calculations by the renowned physicist Carl Sagan, we've only reached about 0.73 on the Kardashev scale. In other words, we haven't even taken the first real step on the ladder of energy evolution. Right now, we remain heavily dependent on fossil fuels: coal, oil, natural gas, the ancient remains of life from millions of years ago. These sources are undeniably powerful, but they come with severe limitations. They pollute the planet, drive climate change, and are finite by nature. Of course, we've begun to tap into cleaner, more sustainable sources: solar power, wind, tidal forces, geothermal energy. These technologies promise a brighter future, but so far they represent only a fraction of the global energy picture. Storage systems are weak, infrastructure is incomplete, and fossil fuels remain the backbone of civilization. What's more alarming is this: the Type 0 stage may be the most dangerous of all. As humanity gains access to greater power, the risks grow as well. Nuclear war, ecological collapse, and resource exhaustion, all of these could destroy our progress long before we ever reach Type 1. We now stand at a crossroads. One path leads towards becoming a Type 1 civilization, mastering all the energy of Earth. The other path is collapse, where everything humanity has built could vanish in an instant. When humanity reaches Type 1 civilization, it means we will be able to harness the full energy output of Earth, an estimated 10 at 60 watts. Imagine a world where weather is no longer random. Humans could summon rain over dry lands, calm storms before they strike, or even decide when the sun should shine and when snow should fall. Disasters that once terrified civilizations, earthquakes, volcanoes, tsunamis, could be prevented or at least controlled to minimize their destruction. Every source of planetary energy, sunlight, wind, water, oceans, and geothermal power would be tapped fully, with no waste, no limits. Earth itself would become a colossal power machine, sustaining humanity's survival and growth. Scientists estimate that at our current pace, it will take another 100 to 200 years to reach this level. A long time, yes, but compared to humanity's millions of years of history, it's just the blink of an eye. Reaching Type 1 civilization would be a monumental turning point. For the first time, humanity would not only survive on Earth, but truly take command of its destiny. If a Type 1 civilization can harness all the power of its home planet, then stepping into Type 2 takes us far beyond anything we can truly imagine. At this level, a civilization could capture the full energy output of its star. For us, that means the sun, an unfathomable reservoir of power. on the order of 10 squared to the ng add watts. That's an ocean of energy so vast that humanity today hasn't even touched a trillionth of it. To achieve this, scientists have theorized one of the boldest engineering concepts ever proposed: the Dyson structure. Instead of covering a planet with solar panels, a Type 2 civilization would surround the entire star with colossal machines. In theory, this could be a solid Dyson Sphere, a shell encasing the star itself. But, more realistically, many envision a Dyson swarm. Billions or even trillions of solar-collecting satellites orbiting in unison, like a cosmic hive capturing every drop of sunlight. Imagine looking up one day and realizing the sun is no longer shining as it does now, but instead glows dimly through the veil of a megastructure built by an advanced civilization. The star itself becomes a machine, and the civilization gains access to nearly infinite energy. With such power, they could drive colossal engines, forge interstellar ships, and even reshake the orbits of planets. This is the gateway to the stars, the moment a species truly begins its expansion beyond its home system, stepping into the era of cosmic conquest. If Type 2 was already a monumental leap, then Type 3 goes far beyond anything we can possibly imagine. At this stage, a civilization doesn't just harness the energy of a single star, but of an entire galaxy, tapping into a staggering output of 10,036 watts, billions of times more than everything our sun emits. Picture it, hundreds of billions of stars, countless planets, even black holes, all becoming energy sources they can control. To achieve that, their technology would have to be godlike, moving faster than light, if that's even possible, manipulating the life and death of stars, or even shifting entire planets like pieces on a cosmic chessboard. A Type 3 civilization could reshape the very structure of a galaxy. They might cluster stars together to maximize energy, or even rearrange the galaxy itself at will. On such a scale, what we humans call greatness becomes laughably insignificant. With such power, they could construct megastructures stretching across thousands of light years, or create galaxy-sized supercomputers powerful enough to simulate the entire universe. At this point, they wouldn't just be conquerors of the cosmos, they would stand at the threshold of godhood. If a civilization could ever reach Type 3, harnessing the full energy of an entire galaxy, what would be left for them to conquer? Cosmologists have proposed even bolder possibilities. At Type 4, a civilization would command the power of the entire universe, tapping into the energy of stars, dark matter, and even the quantum vacuum itself. They wouldn't just rule galaxies, they could bend the very laws of physics on a cosmic scale. Beyond that lies Type 5, a realm where a civilization transcends reality itself and steps into the multiverse. There, they could open gateways to countless parallel universes, each with its own physical constants, perhaps even alternate versions of themselves. If Type 4 civilizations would appear godlike within one universe, then Type 5 would be akin to beings who govern the infinite ocean of all universes combined. Of course, this remains pure theory, with no evidence to suggest such entities exist, but even the idea alone stretches human imagination to its absolute limits. And what about humanity? On this cosmic scale, we haven't even reached Type 1. We're only beginning to learn how to manage the energy of our own planet. To climb that first step, humanity would need to cross several existential thresholds, fully harnessing renewable energy, mastering nuclear fusion to unlock near-limitless power, and, most importantly, building a global system strong enough to protect Earth from our own divisions. Yet the path to Type 1 is anything but smooth. Each step forward carries risks that could wipe out civilization, nuclear war, ecological collapse, global pandemics, sudden cosmic disasters, or the rise of technologies beyond our control, like artificial intelligence. Scientists call this the Great Filter, the universal barrier that not every civilization survives. The question is no longer whether we might one day reach Type 2, 3, or even 4. The real question is this: do we have what it takes to survive the first barrier, to truly become a Type 1 civilization? Or will humanity vanish before ever touching that door? Perhaps, if humanity learns to be both patient and wise, our future will not be defined by chaos or extinction, but by progress. We may take small, steady steps, preserving the fragile balance of Earth, mastering the power of sustainable energy, and then extending our reach beyond the solar system. Each milestone would carry us closer to something greater, a future where humanity is no longer just a species surviving on a single planet, but a civilization shaping the stars themselves. And maybe one day, we could become the true architects of the universe, not through conquest, but through understanding, creation, and resilience. The question we face is not only whether we can endure the test of time, but how far we are willing to push the boundaries of what it means to be human. What level do you believe humanity will reach before our story ends? Or perhaps before it truly begins? Share your vision in the comments.